はい、始まりました活弁シネマ倶楽部、この番組の MC を担当します文筆家の折田侑駿です。本日は7月10日より、公開の大統領のケーキを監督されました、ハサン・ハーディさんをゲストにお招きしております。今日よろしくお願いします。
Hi, thank you for having me.
まずじゃあ、日本の映画ファンの方々に向けて一言ご挨拶いただけますか。
Hi Japan, hi everyone, all the cinephiles, all the moviegoers. Thank you for watching this interview, and I hope that when the film plays in cinemas, that you can watch and attend the screenings.
本作は、ハサン監督、イラクのご出身で自らの体験をもとに手掛けた初長編、こちらの大統領のケーキが昨年の、2025年第78回の、カンヌ国際映画祭にて監督週間の観客賞とカメラドルを受賞されたというところで、とっても良かったです。作品拝見して、で彼女のラミアの冒険を通して僕はやっぱりなかなかイラクの情勢だったりとか、特に90年代の状況っていうことをなかなかやっぱり知る機会がこれまでなかったので、本当に彼女の小さな冒険が大きな壮大な物語になっていって、そこで彼女の成長だったりとかが描かれるわけですけれども、そこに胸を打たれるのと同時に、やっぱり当時の状況がどういうものであったのかっていうのをすごく生々しく捉えていらっしゃっていて、これは本当に一人でも多くの方に見ていただきたいなと思いました。
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. I mean, usually I also like the films that feel like grand in its perspective, but like intimate in the way it feels. And that was like from early on, I knew I wanted to feel like it's a grand film, it's an epic film, but the journey, but the feelings, the relationships, everything is very intimate and personal.
そしてやっぱり見ていて、彼女が経験したような物語っていうものが本当に無数にあったんだろうなっていうことを感じたんですけれども、今日本で公開される前に世界で上映をされてきて、どういうふうに観客の皆さんの反応を受け止めていらっしゃいますか？
So overall the response has been very positive. I've been very lucky and surprised how emotional the response has been, and especially in Iraq. It was a very emotional film for people for different reasons, because first of all, they don't get to see Iraqi films a lot, but to see an Iraqi film on a big screen where people speak their languages, familiar locations, faces, and to be recognized on around the world and on many festivals, it provided some sort of like emotional experience and also national pride for the country.
こちらの作品監督の個人的な記憶経験をもとに物語を作るっていうところからスタートされていると思うんですけれども、ちょっとここに関して伺いたくて、やっぱり幼少期の記憶っていうものがずっと引っかかってらっしゃったんですかね。物語を作るぞってなった時に、ちょっとやっぱりなぜここに光を当てたのかっていうところは伺っておきたくて。
I think it's part of the mystery process that even artists themselves cannot really explain it to you. Sometimes, you can say so many reasons, but there is a mystery behind why you chose this over so many other stories. I can't tell you because it was about my childhood, because I was more comfortable to tell a story like this. But as you said, there are many stories about my childhood or something. But there was there is a voice inside you that pushes you towards something, and it becomes an obsession. It becomes a passion to tell a certain story that you're involved in. And it was this. I really cannot pinpoint exactly why this over others, except maybe that I felt at that time, at that moment, that I was much more ready to tell this story over other stories. The selfish reason would be I wanted to share part of an exciting or like an important part of my childhood with the world. And that can be a bit selfish, and the excitement to do that was probably also one of the reasons what made me to share this story than the other ones.
しかもその実際に監督もそのくじ引きで役割をこう任されられたっていう経験が終わりなんですよね。このプレス資料を拝読したんですけれども、でその日々の中で実際にご友人の方が大統領のそのケーキを作らなければならないっていう状況にも直面されたっていうことを読んで、その時のことを振り返りながらこう自分の内面に入っていく、過去を振り返って内面に入っていく作業っていうのはすごく苦しい時間ではなかったですか？
It was hard, definitely, to revisit that part of your childhood, but also it was therapeutic in a way. Like it provided therapy, it provided a sort of relief, because you were able to deal with the trauma, with the bad memory, with the pain, in a way, and try to go through the healing process of it, and that alone provides a lot of relief. Eventually, even if it's painful, the journey to get healed can be sometimes painful, and I think it was painful to go back in time and try to relive those memories, not only for me but also for other people, especially in cast or crew or the audience. But like eventually I think it provides this kind of relief that finally I was able to express myself and also express so many other shared or common stories and pain that we had.
素晴らしいです。受け取りました、それは作品から。はい。
You felt all of that watching the film.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
あとちょっと本筋からそれてしまうんですけれども、この作品を見ていて不意に気になったのが、海外の作品だとこれまですんなり受け止めていたんですけど、その大人の登場人物たちが結構意地悪だったりとか、意地悪に見えるんですけど、でも見方を変えると子供と結構やっぱり対等、同じような環境下で生きていく中で対等にあるっていうことに、ちょっと気がついたというか、日本の映画だとなかなかああいう描かれ方はされないというか、そこまでちょっとお金に関してちょっと子供に対して厳しかったりとか、そういうことは描かれないと思うので、あの辺が現実としてどういう風なものなのかなっていうのがちょっと気になりました。はい。
I think children are treated differently based on the times, and obviously based on the progression in understanding children behavior and how we deal with them. But for example, I will bring you to this. I forgot the exact name. It might be escaping me. Firefly's grave of
Yes.
and
Grave of the Firefly.
Firefly. A very painful film, animation, and it was one of those where children were treated with extreme harshness. But you understand why, because it's war, and in the war, children are actually the first victims. They're not protected in wars. They're not protecting poverty. They're actually the first to be the first victims, and then the women too. So it's surprising because I know when we look back at times and we're like, oh, children were treated harshly, but it's actually children are the first victims, and I think in the film it does that, and especially in that time in Iraq, it was frowned upon to have a child that stays in the school and doesn't drop out to go and help his parents or her parents. And I think because of the situation, everybody was equal and everybody was expected to provide, otherwise your value decreases. And I think in war, that value changes immediately. Suddenly, men become more valuable than women, and women become more valuable than children, and so on. I mean, I don't think. I think overall, the idea of children is nice to talk about, to protect them, but like neither party was trying to do that in Iraq at that time. Neither the regime nor the West or the U.S. specifically that imposed the sanctions on Iraq, and that's why I feel like it's an idea that's spoken about but never practiced in the world.
やっぱりその先ほど最初にお伝えしたように、僕がやっぱり全然これまで知らなかったことがこの作品に描かれていたんですけれども、この作品を見てやっぱり、90年代って言って僕も本当にちっちゃかったんですけど、無関係ではないなって改めて思いましたね。実は当事者って言ってしまうとちょっと語弊があるんですけれども、本当は何かしら関係してたんだっていうことを映画を通して改めてすごく強く感じました。
The film does not try to guilt people or nations. The film tries to depict people. It's not pinpointing which country was involved in which. It's try to show the impact of the policies. Every nation in the world, every person in the world has mistaken in one thing or another, had wronged someone. That's not the important part. The important part is to recognize that and change that. So that's what, for example, one of the things is I try the audience to live with is to think about these characters, is to change their perception about this policy of so-called sanctions. Who does this impact? Does this really impact the leaders, the politicians, or does this impact the everyday people? And that's why I wanted to make this film about the everyday people, because those are the real heroes for me. It's not the war soldiers, with all due respect. It's not the pilots. It's not the generals. It's not the politicians. It's these everyday people who have nothing, who are struggling, and despite everything, they wake up every day with a sense of humor. They try to survive this world.
プロデューサーに名を連ねてらっしゃいますエリック・ロスさんのことについてもちょっと触れておきたいんですけれども、最初はお一人で書かれていた脚本がフォレスト・ガンプなどの脚本家である、エリックさんの目に留まってっていうところ流れとしてはあったと思うんですけれども、そこからどういうふうなやり取りがあってブラッシュアップされていったんでしょうか。
It's actually interesting because I remember when the film was released, someone put in the online that the screenplay is written by Hassan Hadi and the co-writer is Eric Roth. And I have no idea how that person came up with that, because Eric Roth joined the team to support the film and, raise financing, help to raise financing for the film. But he didn't put one word, didn't type one word, didn't do anything, but like in the writing. And I was like, when I looked at that, I was like, oh, how wonderful it would be, like 6-7 times Oscar nominee, a winner of 1 or 2 Oscars, comes with me, the first time filmmaker, to co-write with me a script about Iraq. I started writing the story or the script when the COVID started. I had more time to sit down and write my script. I did that, then I applied to Sundance Labs, and it was a pivotal moment in the journey of the film and the script in a way. There I met multiple of my advisors. One of them was Mariel Heller and Eric Roth, who liked the script and the story so much that they were like, we would like to help you to make this film happen. And that's how they joined the team, and they became executive producers. They lended their names, and it was very important for us because first feature in Iraq, foreign film, non-professional actors, animals, going back in time, all of these are so raises so many elements that makes it less financeable. But when they put their names on, at least people had trust in the quality of the material, and that still encouraged some people to step forward and support us. And I'm grateful for everyone who took a risk on me and the film, because otherwise I don't know when I would have been able to make the film. And but all of these big names, even including Chris Columbus, all of these names, they didn't impact what I was trying to achieve. They didn't intrude. They didn't. I had a complete artistic liberty when I was trying to make the film, which is very rare in a world that, like, lots of artistic visions has to be compromised. And I was very lucky because I had the complete independence in that.
なるほど。そうか。ちゃんとこうものづくりをする上で環境が守られていたんですね。
I was lucky, and I had a great team of collaborators who also tried to elevate my vision. And yeah, I couldn't say I couldn't complain about that. So because I had one thing in my mind, I was like in a way, I want to take responsibility of everything that happens on the screen, whether it's good or bad. So like I can challenge myself artistically and go through that journey.
で先ほどちらっとお話にも出ましたけど、プロフェッショナルではない俳優の皆さん、非職業俳優の皆さんと、何人かはいらっしゃったんですね。確かプレス資料に書いてましたけど、2人。なのでほとんど演技経験のない方々と物語の世界を作っていったわけですけれども、どういうふうな現場でのやり取りというか演出であったりとか意識されていたこと、しかも監督はこれが初監督作品でもあるので、何かどういうふうに作っていかれたのかがすごく気になります。
I mean, it was a lot of exploration. I mean, because as you know, it's my first feature, and working with non-professional actors was something almost completely new to me. But I had help, like in a sense of like advice from friends, peers, mentors. But like eventually, when you indulge in this journey, a lot of decisions you're making is based on you and your instincts. So with non-professional actors, for example, you cannot do regular auditions. You have to find a new way to see if they are right for the role or not. But directing them took me. To direct them, I needed to know them and understand them, and for that, I did a workshop that allowed me to build the trust with them and understand and get to know them very well, because then I understand how to direct them in a way that is suitable to them. Because with non-professional actors, you almost have to adjust and customize your directing style to each character differently. And that's something I was focused on during our workshops.
そうなんですね。ワークショップで心の交流といいますかを重ねて映画の撮影に臨んでいったっていうことですね。
Yes, of course. Yes. That's usually the best way to direct your non-professional actors is to befriend them and do this process together. I don't know if this will apply to every actor you meet in your life, but like usually that's the whole point, is to work with them as friends, as collaborators, and not anything less.
すごく劇中の皆さんが自然体で、時になんて言うんでしょう、ドキュメンタリー的に見えるような瞬間もあったんですけど、でもやっぱり全体の構成としてはすごくドラマチックな作品になっているなっていう印象を僕は個人的に受けたんですけれども、このなんでしょう、自然体な感じ、生々しさと、劇映画としてのドラマチック性みたいなのってどういうふうにバランスを取っていかれたんでしょうか。
The natural performances of the documentary part of it was important because I think I wanted you to feel everything is real, but at the same time I understand the story of the film is still a fictional film in a way, like a feature film. It was a delicate balance to create between visuals, the blocking, and how the actors even perform. It's just that the secret for the performances was to make them not aware of the camera and what they do. And it took some practice, but like, you know, eventually if people don't feel that they need to perform and that they can just be in their natural state, that's enough. And to get them there, you know, you need to know them, so that you understand why they are, if they are scared of the camera or if they are scared of, you know, because this non-professional actors, they can worry a lot if they feel they are the reasons that the take is being repeated. So you need to take that pressure off of them. And at the same time, it was important for us to make everything feel natural, to see how the scene is constructed. Meaning, how are they going to move within the frame? How are they going to enter, exit? Where is the natural place for them to be in? And based on that, we create the camera movement. So like everything for them feels natural and they do not feel forced that they need to hit certain marks. We were working with non-professional actors, so like we couldn't have marks for them and ask them to hit it, because it would be asking them for something they don't possess. So I don't know, it was a lot of a mix of technique with between visuals, blocking, cinematography, performance, music, that creates this balance.
いかにカメラを感じさせないかっていうことだったですね。
We did, like in the workshop, exercises and ways to familiarize them with the camera and not to be a stranger to them anymore.
ありがとうございます。ちょっとあっという間にお時間が来てしまったので、まだまだちょっと聞きたいことがいろいろあったんですけど、ごめんなさい。はい、今日はここまでとしたいと思います。最後にじゃあ簡単に一言いただけますか。
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this interview. I hope you enjoyed the film, and see you soon.
ありがとうございます。大統領のケーキを監督されましたハサン・ハーディさんでした。今日はありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. Thank you.